John Sylvester interviewing Peter Ryan, Police Minister, November the 19th, 2011. As part of the interview, Sly says, so let's talk about PSOs and the plan to put 2 on every railway station at night. Peter answers, this is a great idea for a number of reasons. The PSOs will be pivotal, blah, 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 pivotal, blah, 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 blah. Sly says, I bet you a slab of crownies you don't get the numbers. Ryan, I'll bet you 2 slabs of crownies we do. Which is why Sly last week received a letter addressed to him. Dear John, you owe me 2 slabs of crownies. Peter Ryan joins us in the studio. Good morning to you, Peter.
Morning, Ross. Morning, John.
You claim that you have won this bet. Does your opponent concede?
He does, absolutely, and he should, because on that day, I remember it well, he did put the proposition as to 1 slab. I suggested 2. He did not demur. I have won the bet. He owes me 2 slabs.
When did the 940th grace the railway stations of Melbourne?
About 10 days ago.
Right.
And there are now 950 out there. They are going like a German band. This has been a great success, a wonderful policy. I might say you two blokes
Turn to your right.
bagged it a bit.
Yes, we bagged it a lot.
You two blokes
yes, we were. Here he is.
Yeah, the Crownies. Don't put them near Burns, though. I want to be able to take them.
Hey, listen, I'm going to sue you. This is defamatory. As long as we keep the slabs away from Burnso. That's in the letter you wrote to Sly.
Well, that was only to Sly, so no one else will ever know.
He's brought them into the... Well, he's bought... say hello, Sly. You can see... good morning to you, Sly.
Yes, I do have to concede. And of
Morning,
course, the tragedy is that slabs are no longer 24. They're now 18. So 2 slabs, I knew we'd end up with the government whinging. So we've given them 3 slabs.
Well, that's
so
only
extra
fair.
6.
That's only fair because we've got 950, not 940.
Yeah,
and there's more to come.
Well, you did over-deliver, but you now officially can be called a Minister of the Crown.
There's no concern by Dennis Napthine, is there, that unnecessary monies were rushed through at the last moment just so that you could get your hand on 54 crownies?
Now, actually, that suggestion has been raised in certain quarters, but I can inform the public at large such is certainly not the case. This was done on the merits, and we've got the result on the scoreboard.
I wonder whether the Auditor-General would be interested in the principle of the way that making sure that government projects do run on time and on budget is to promise the relevant minister 2 slabs of crownies.
Well, we've got 3. He might like one.
Are you allowed?
Said in jest. Said in jest.
Are you allowed to actually take possession of these and keep them?
Well,
or would you have to donate them to a worthy cause?
Well, part of the issue, don't point at yourself, part of the issue, of course, is taking delivery, which is a bit of a logistical nightmare when I look at this. Staggering down the front steps of AW with 3 slabs under my arms 10 days out from an election might not be a good look. I would have thought the implication in winning this bet, Sly, is that this material is delivered to me at my place of occupation.
No, that was not part of the deal. And just remember about the Premier in New South Wales that couldn't remember where he got a bit of grain. So you better just remember where he got the crown.
On a quick look at those slabs, they were not manufactured in 59. So.
Indeed. And of course, you have over-delivered at 950, but that's because you can't add up. Because, of course, the promise was 2 PSOs on every station,
right.
And 940, and all of a sudden that figure became 1,036, just very quietly without anyone saying it, because as the Chief Commissioner said, the maths doesn't add up. 940 won't give you 2 on every station, so they've got to get to 1,036.
Sly, that was a very poor riposte. The Crownies sit beside me. You have conceded.
You have won.
Don't
There's no
try
doubt about
to
that.
desperately scramble out of this. You've been rolled.
Yeah,
so,
and I've accepted gracefully.
Yeah, well, you should accept gracefully. You should, quite rightly. So don't try and duck out of it now.
And it is fair to say that the PSOs have been overwhelmingly accepted by the public. I still reckon there was a better way to spend the money, but I'm in the minority and I'm prepared to accept that.
Mark's on the line. He opines. Mark, good morning to you.
Morning, guys. I went to the city a couple of nights ago, and as soon as you step off the train and see the PSOs, you feel like Bartos. Just like to say thank you. Thank you from everybody.
There you go.
No, that's good, Mark. They're doing a great job. About 30,000 odd notices they've issued now. They've made about 1,500 arrests at the stations, so they've done a great job. They're doing a great job.
I think
Mark, next time get off at Parliament, go straight up to Spring Street and have a crownie with the Deputy Premier. He's got an extra 6.
He'll set one aside for you. He's got an extra 6. George opines. George, good morning.
Good morning, boys. I reckon you've got a bit of a windfall here because I'm a tradie and we bet all the time. And anything bet on site is drunk on site. So
Steady on, George. Sorry, George, the reception's a bit poor. Could we get on to the next call?
I do like that though. Betting rules in the tradie world is bets on site and drunk on site.
Burnzo, get your hands off that flag.
Where was the interview conducted?
Yeah, that's the site.
Over the phone, was it?
No, it was up at the office.
In
Oh,
my
there you
office. It was in my office at Parliament House,
Right.
and that's my point, that he should deliver to where the bet was made. But I won't pursue it. I won't pursue it.
Right,
No,
but somehow
Thomas-
you've got to get them up there.
It's
Though.
quite
Well,
a
I do.
unique experience.
Maybe I could trade you these for a couple of bottles of the Bortley and a Pawtucket ham or something.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. It's a unique experience for largesse to be handed over when someone's paid for it.
Yeah, well,
Well, because I actually had to go and spend legal tender on this. When you, of course, these two
as a matter of interest, how did you get them up here?
on the trolley.
Where'd you get the trolley?
I'm a Boy Scout. We're prepared.
Congratulations, Peter. I should call you Deputy Premier. We'll somehow get those up to Parliament House for you. We don't quite know how, but bets must be settled.
They must indeed, and it will all go to a very good cause, I can assure you.
Your tummy.
The funny thing is I don't even drink beer.
Deputy Premier, we'll swap it for someone to Borderley because there's a couple of blokes here who do. Deputy Premier Peter Ryan.